And the movie I want to talk about today is the recently announced Robots versus Zombies.
What?
Yeah, yeah, it
That
sounds like a
actually
cool movie.
sounds like a either terrible or awesome movie.
It actually probably is going to be a pretty cool movie. Now the movie's actually going to be called Inherit the Earth. So, but it is off of the Robots versus Zombies. I believe there was a miniseries, comic book miniseries, and then there's been additional volumes added to it. So it's actually got a cool background. Now the basis of this movie is it's in the future, and the world is in waste because zombies have come. Hey, and there's robots around, and a group of robots discover the very last human. Just so happens this very last human is a baby. How this works? You'd think it'd be like an adolescent or something. Like how would a baby just be by itself? I don't know. But but they find this baby and they decide to take it upon themselves to protect said baby against the roving hordes of zombies traveling around. And then they go a step further and try to save humanity by trying to clone said baby. So it's got an
Okay.
interesting premise to me. It doesn't seem as campy as the title suggests it is. It's not just like, hey, we're gonna have robots kill some zombies, but it sounds like it might have some interesting story behind it.
Is it a
And
male baby?
I don't know. And
I'm
I
just
don't know
trying
if
to
they'll
think
be
how,
able to.
because if they're just cloning the same baby, like either they end up with one.
Yeah,
So
that
I
would
would
save the
guess if
human
it's a
race.
male.
There's no genetic diversity there. You're right. So, oh. But hey, it's in the future, and it's robots versus zombies. So, but now
Yeah.
this movie is being headed up by Andrew Adamson. He's also, you might know him from other projects such as The Chronicles of Narnia. I believe he headed those up, and he was also the director of Shrek 1 and 2. So he's
Huh.
done some interesting
Okay.
projects, and I enjoyed Shrek. I mean, for what it was, I thought it was
I
pretty
didn't
cool.
even realize Shrek 1 and 2 was a different director than the rest. That I guess that explains some things about the movies afterwards.
Yeah, because I think the Trek 1 and 2 were good, and the rest of them were
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much no one
not so
cares
good.
about the
What can you
ones
do?
after that.
Yeah, yeah. But it is going to be interesting because Michael Bay, his production company, is going to be in it. He is listed as one of the co-producers of this, so I have hopes for
Hey,
it. And
heroes,
then
robots.
but then you hear Michael Bay, and you're like, okay, they could do something with this story. They could make an actual like thought-provoking story. They could, put some cool twists and stuff to it. And then you hear Michael Bay's going to be co-producing it. So then you think it's just going to
Co-producer.
be explosion after explosion and
No,
zombies
no, no,
blowing up.
no. You have Michael Bay coming in for the action scenes, so that the action scenes are quality because he knows the robots, but he's
It's
not
true.
like the executive producer, or he's not like the primary producer or whatever on it. So he's going to be involved so that they get the action scenes right.
But can't you just imagine
But
Michael Bay
he's
sitting there and
not
be like,
directing or anything, so you
hey
know that the other.
Adamson, hey Adamson, let's get another explosion here. He's like, dude, there's nothing to explode. One more, just real quick. All right, fine. So if we see some obligatory explosions in there, we'll know Michael Bay had his hand in the pot a little bit. But
Look, with something that's about zombies versus robots, there's going to be plenty of room for explosions and mutilations and everything.
yeah, well, like mutilations, yeah, but you would think that it would be like an overpowered match because zombies want to eat people. And since robots aren't like on their food chain, and robots are also theoretically, I'm imagining they're made of metal, like the zombies can't really eat them, so they shouldn't be that worried, right? I mean, like,
I don't know. Maybe they'll explain a reason why they're. Maybe it's just because the sheer numbers. It's
yeah,
obviously it's
could be,
because they're trying to protect the kid who
yeah,
can be. Maybe it's just all about making it so that zombies don't just come in through every crevice
yeah.
and
And,
so that they
and,
can't stop it.
and that's a good point. It could be, and I haven't read the comic series, but it could be like 5 robots against
Yeah.
like thousands of zombies. And
Yeah.
you're right, that
I
would make
mean,
it pretty
I would
interesting.
imagine, especially if this is like an endgame zombie apocalypse, it's definitely going to be like just outnumbered by
Thousands.
millions and
Yeah.
millions.
So I am interested to see this movie. I will watch it. I believe it's going to be sometime around 2016, 2017, because they just really started the whole process. So there's no casting news or anything like that. But we'll keep you updated when we hear something from it. But let us know what you think. Who would win in a battle between robots and zombies? Of course, robots. I mean, of course.
I would hope the robots in this
Yeah,
situation. Now,
yeah.
what they
So
really need to do though is zombies versus. I thought it was going to be more like Terminator style, like future. The robots took over and the zombies took over, like and that was all that was left, and they were just like battle for dominance.
Well,
But
I mean, that would be interesting. Terminators versus zombies. Now, of course, there can't be that many Terminators. Like, you'd only have to be. Now, do the robots also have guns? Is another question. Or do they have spinning blade arms? But if they have spinning blade arms, how do they pick up the baby?
Yeah, maybe there's different kinds of robots for different tasks.
Well, there you go. Maybe you have a nurse robot and a spinning blade arm robot.
Yeah, and I guess if it was against Terminators, though, this couldn't. You'd have to have probably the not just the slow moving stupid zombies. It would have to be like some fast zombies that have like some intelligence, can get around stuff.
Yeah.
Because robots with giant guns everywhere might be a little heavy, but.
Well, even
I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
That's pretty intense. Spinning blade arms, because they probably wouldn't get exhausted. They just have to sharpen them every now and then. But I don't know. Hit us up. Let us know what you think. Are you excited for this movie? Have you read the comic? Is it good? Let us know. Comments down below. Of course, at What's My Face on Twitter, Google Plus, and Facebook. Always good ways of getting a hold of us. But let's keep on rolling.